Welcome back to Civil Defiance. I'm your host, Otto Bismarck. Last time we ripped apart the mold scamdemic, exposing the manufactured fear around stacky butcheries and the regulatory vacuum the Uni-Party allows to persist. Tonight we move to a different type of anxiety, the financial fear that keeps the average American homeowner up at 3 a.m., the terror of the sudden, catastrophic home repair. I'm talking about your furnace dying in January, your AC seizing in July, or your plumbing bursting the day your savings account hits zero. This deeply primal fear is the oxygen for the next target of our defiance, the extended home warranty industry. They don't sell peace of mind. They sell a highly volatile, high cost lottery ticket where the odds are explicitly stacked against you in the contract's fine print. They're the ultimate fear-based business model, meticulously designed to harvest your annual premium while systematically denying the expensive claims you actually need. We will spend 65 minutes meticulously dissecting this scam, from the Uni-Party's deliberate regulatory neglect to the contractual sleight of hand that makes them billions.
Before we dive in, I'm always hunting for the next boundary to cross. I want you, the listeners of Civil Defiance, to message me with the topics you want me to cover, just as my friend Alara often does. What narrative is being sold that you suspect is a lie? What piece of common knowledge is actually a calculated scam? Send your defiance directly to me. We are building a movement here.
Stay with us. This is Civil Defiance. Let's be crystal clear about what a home warranty company is not. They are not an insurance company. This distinction is the bedrock of their entire fraud. If they were classified as insurance, they would face massive state and federal regulation, capital reserve requirements, mandated payout ratios, strict rules on denial justification, and oversight by actual state insurance commissioners. They would operate in a world where the consumer has real recourse and real protection, but they have successfully lobbied and legally navigated their way into being classified as home service contract providers. This classification is a regulatory black hole, a loophole large enough to drive a fleet of scammer trucks through. The Uni-Party, that political establishment that pretends to care about consumer protection while ensuring business-friendly, unregulated chaos, has allowed this vacuum to persist, knowing full well that it leaves the average homeowner utterly exposed. This is not legislative apathy. This is legislative complicity. The fear these companies exploit is the financial risk known as moral hazard. You, the homeowner, look at your aging HVAC system and realize the replacement could cost $8,000. You pay the $600 annual fee and the $75 deductible, and you mentally transfer that risk to the warranty company. That feeling of relief is the product, not the coverage. The first lie they sell is the promise of bumper-to-bumper or comprehensive coverage. They paint a picture of total protection. If it breaks, we fix it. They imply the entire system, furnace, water heater, electrical, is covered. They use broad, anxiety-reducing language in their marketing materials. But the civil defiance reality is revealed in the contract's definitions and exclusions section, often delivered to you after you've paid the first premium. You are buying the brand name protection, but the contract ensures only a handful of specific, cheaply replaceable parts are covered. The key component, the $4,000 heat exchanger, the central computer board, the necessary system upgrade, is meticulously listed in the exclusion section. This exclusion is their first line of defense against paying your expensive claim. For 13 minutes straight, we must acknowledge the pervasive deception that allows them to market a total solution while legally committing to pay for only minor parts. This is where the scam begins, built entirely on the legal distinction that the Uni-Party has allowed them to maintain, classifying them as non-insurance providers. We establish that the entire business model is predicated on avoiding regulation. Now, let's get into the mechanical execution of the fraud. This is their denial playbook, a 4-step process designed to turn your legitimate claim into a frustrating, costly, and ultimately rejected liability. The entire system is built to make you quit before they have to pay a substantial sum. The cornerstone of the denial playbook is the pre-existing condition clause. This is not just fine print. This is a weapon of mass denial. The company knows they rely on the fact that the average home system, whether a furnace or a refrigerator, has an extended lifespan and is rarely new. If a 15-year-old AC unit breaks, it is highly likely that the failure mechanism, be it rust, corrosion, or a slow refrigerant leak, has been developing for months, if not years. They simply collected your premium. The moment you file a claim, they send out their third party, cut-rate contractor, not to fix the problem, but to document the denial. The contractor is incentivized, explicitly or implicitly, to find any plausible microscopic evidence that the failure started before your coverage began. If they find the smallest spot of rust on a component, they mark it as corrosion, pre-existing. If the system runs for 15 minutes and then trips a sensor, they label the internal failure long-term wear, classifying it as pre-existing and therefore not covered. This is not repair service. This is a paid-for inquest designed to absolve the warranty company of liability. We must understand that your payment of the deductible is literally subsidizing the evidence used to deny your claim. The depth of this betrayal lies in the inherent lack of integrity. An insurance company is legally required to prove fraud or gross negligence to deny a claim. A home service contract provider, however, simply has to interpret their own vaguely worded contract against the backdrop of your aging appliance. They shift the burden of proof entirely onto you, the homeowner. You are left trying to prove that your 15-year-old appliance wasn't already broken when you signed the papers, a feat that is logistically and legally impossible for most people. This regulatory loophole, this classification failure allowed by the Uni-Party, makes the entire industry a legalized scam, turning the necessary wear and tear of home ownership into an excuse for complete contractual default. The second maneuver in the playbook is the improper maintenance defense. Every system, from a refrigerator to a heat pump, requires regular maintenance. The warranty contract demands that you provide records proving you maintained the system perfectly according to manufacturer specifications, often requiring professional servicing logs. If you changed your own air filter, if you didn't have the HVAC technician sign off on an annual coil cleaning, or if you can't produce a receipt from a licensed plumber from 3 years ago, they have grounds for denial. They exploit the realistic negligence of the average American homeowner who is too busy working 3 jobs to track maintenance receipts for every appliance. This tactic ensures that any self-performed maintenance, any lack of professional documentation, becomes a lethal weapon in their hands, allowing them to invalidate your thousands of dollars in premiums based on a single missing receipt. This is a deliberate, calculated trap built into the terms of agreement. Let's move to the exploitation of labor, how the warranty company uses and abuses the trade professionals to execute the denial strategy. The warranty company maintains a nationwide network of contractors, plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs, but these aren't the top-tier reputable professionals who stand by their work. No, these are typically contractors who agree to work for extremely low, non-negotiable rates set by the warranty company. Think about the math. A reputable local HVAC company might charge $350 for a service call and diagnostics. The warranty company dictates they will pay that same technician $75 to $100 for the same service call, often weeks after the claim was filed. This massive disparity in payment means the only contractors who accept the work are those desperate for volume or those prioritizing speed over quality. The contractor's true incentive is not to find the best solution for the homeowner, but to find the cheapest solution that satisfies the contract's minimum requirement, or better yet, to find a reason to deny the expensive replacement claim entirely. This is the birth of the Band-Aid fix. Your compressor fails and the actual replacement is $6,000. The technician, paid a pittance, is pressured by the warranty company's claim department to replace only the $50 capacitor, even if it's clear the entire system is dying. They are replacing a small covered part to satisfy the claim, knowing full well the system will fail again in 3 months. This means the warranty company avoided the $6,000 payout, and you, the homeowner, are stuck paying the deductible again in 90 days, trapped in a vicious cycle of marginal repairs and repeated service fees. The contractor is incentivized by the volume of quick service calls, and the warranty company profits by avoiding the capital expenditure of a full system replacement. Now consider the exclusion loophole, non-covered parts, and system upgrades. Even if they approve the repair, the fine print of the contract specifies exactly which components are covered. When a modern, high-efficiency system fails, the technician must replace it with a compatible equivalent system. The warranty company will inevitably deny coverage for any necessary system upgrade, citing the fine print that they are only obligated to replace like for like. If your old furnace is no longer manufactured and the new equivalent model requires a minor duct modification or a legally mandated energy efficiency part, the warranty company will deny coverage for those modifications, passing thousands of dollars of upgrade costs directly to you, the consumer. This forces you to choose between paying the exorbitant non-covered costs or accepting a denial and losing your premium and deductible entirely. The civil defiance reality is that they profit from complexity. They rely on the homeowner's lack of technical knowledge to manipulate the repair process, ensuring that the cost-benefit analysis always favors the corporation. The customer is not a client. They are a revenue stream to be managed and minimized. The structural complexity of this fraud is built entirely upon the regulatory void the Uni-Party allows to persist. We've covered the lie of classification, the cruelty of the pre-existing condition, the tyranny of the improper maintenance clause, and the systemic failure of the contractor network. Now let's bring it all home and defy this fraud with a financial analysis and an actionable plan. The true cost of the home warranty is not just your $600 annual premium and your $75 deductible. It is the opportunity cost of the denied $5,000 repair, plus the cost of the cheap Band-Aid fix they forced you to accept, plus the inevitable cost of replacing the system yourself when it fails again 3 months later. You are paying them for the privilege of being scammed, draining your savings one premium and one deductible at a time. This money, if you had simply saved it in a high-yield savings account, would have been liquid, accessible, and guaranteed to pay your actual repair bill when it arose. This is the civil defiance financial truth. Self-insure. Take the $600 premium, take the $75 deductible, and put that money into a dedicated, untouchable repair fund. That is a fund controlled by you, with no pre-existing conditions, no arbitrary denial clauses, and no reliance on a network of underpaid hostile contractors. The Uni-Party will not save you. They have proven, through their decades of inaction in the face of this widespread scam, that they are content to let the home service contract industry continue to monetize your fear. We must bypass the system they created. The final act of defiance is twofold. Stop the flow of cash, cancel the service contract, stop paying the premium. The average contract renewal rate proves that after the first denial, most people realize the scam and quit, but only after they've already subsidized the company's profits. Be smarter. Quit now. Empower your own labor. Find your own reputable local contractor, the one with the good reviews and the honest reputation, and pay them their full market rate price. You will receive an honest diagnostic, a quality repair, and a real guarantee. The home warranty scam is designed to manage your financial anxiety by trapping you in contractual quicksand. The way out is through knowledge, self-reliance, and direct action. Defy the impulse to seek easy, outsourced protection. Control your own maintenance, control your own funds, and control your own destiny. That is the real civil defiance required to defeat the home warranty scam. Arm yourself with knowledge, question the establishment, and defy the narrative being sold for profit.
And once again, I want your ideas. I'm asking listeners like my dear friend Alara to message me with the topics you want me to cover. What narrative is ripe for a civil defiance deep dive? Message me, let me know, and let's expose the truth together.
Thank you for listening. I'm Otto Bismarck, and I'll see you next time